only 8 teams are left in the Champions League this season, and the quarterfinals fixtures that are being played this week. And we have Real Madrid versus Manchester City today at the Bernabeu. So Real Madrid are welcoming the citizens at home as they look to win their 15th Champions League trophy. Remember, Real Madrid are the team with the most Champions League trophies as they boast winning it 14 times. On the other side, Manchester City have just won it once. They are the reigning champions and the defending champions, or rather, and they'll be looking to win it back to back. And the only team who has done it, won the Champions League 3 times in a row, is none other than Real Madrid, with the manager was none other than Zinedine Zidane. So we know Real Madrid and Manchester City is a story that has been going on. This is the 3rd time they are meeting in a row in the Champions League. They met last season, and also they met a season that follows. That is 2022. They met also in 2023, and they're also meeting now in 2024. I don't know if I can call it a luck or coincidence, but that's the way it is. So Real Madrid are welcoming Manchester City. Let me first look at the team form at the moment, the both teams form at the moment. Real Madrid, in their last 5 games in all competitions, they have won 3 times and drawn twice. On the other hand, Manchester City have won 3 times and drawn 2 times in their last 5 games in all competition. The meeting between Real Madrid and Manchester City, they have met like a total of 12 times, with the Spanish Giants winning 4 times and the Manchester City winning 5 times. They've drawn 3 times in this kind of fixtures. In the last 5 games, in all competition between these 2 teams have ended in Manchester City winning 3 times. They've drawn once, and Real Madrid have won once. I think that game where Real Madrid won against Manchester City was back in 2022, the 3-1 comeback where Manchester City was eliminated by Real Madrid in this competition. Last season it was a different case, as Real Madrid, or rather Manchester City, emerged as victorious as they eliminated Real Madrid in this competition on an aggregate of 5-1. The Bernabeu, it ended 1-1, and at the Etihad, it was Manchester City who won 4-0. So this year, we also have the same fixture with us, and Real Madrid will be hoping to, I will not eliminate City this time around, but also City will be hoping to continue their fine form in the Champions League, and also their fine form against Real Madrid, as they are looking to win their 2nd Champions League trophy in a back-to-back seasons. So we know Real Madrid, they have the star players. Their star players this season, we know they signed Jude Bellingham, the English midfielder from Borussia Dortmund, and he has been a prolific for Real Madrid. Remember, they lost Karim Benzema to Al Ittihad at the Saudi Premier League team, and they were looking for a striker. They couldn't find a striker they wanted, so they went for Jude Bellingham and also signed Joselu on loan. So Real Madrid are packed. They have their star player, that is Jude Bellingham, with them, and also Vinicius Jr. Not only those, they only have the star players. Rodrigo, the Brazilian, is also another player whom we cannot sideline. Also the likes of Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, the legend, although he is that 8, I don't know, that 9, but he is still, he can still impact the game positively. On the other hand, Manchester City also, they have star players in Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Bernardo Silva, the likes of Rodri, the Spanish defensive midfielder who has not lost a game at the Etihad Stadium. Around, I think it's 68 games or 64 games unbeaten at the Etihad Stadium. He has been prolific since signing from Atletico Madrid to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola versus Carlo Ancelotti has been one of the most interesting games to watch, as we all know how this game always has been coming out. Remember, in 2022, Real Madrid eliminated Manchester City with I don't know, can I call it a miracle or what? That's why I call it. It was one of the best game ever. If I leave the comeback of Barcelona when they won against PSG in the same competition, I think that comeback by Real Madrid to win it at the death against Manchester City was the best and one of the most interesting games, and game with plot and twist that I ever watched since I started watching football many years ago. So I think with these kind of players fit, Manchester City traveled from England, Manchester to Madrid yesterday, and Kyle Walker and Nathan Ake not travel with the team as they are currently nursing injury, and that means they are back. They were left back in Manchester as they continue rehabilitation as they are looking to feature in the next round that is next week at the Etihad Stadium. Let's talk about these two great managers, that is Italian Carlo Ancelotti and the Spaniard that is Josep Pep Guardiola. These two managers have been prolific. As I remember, Guardiola have coached Bayern Munich and Barcelona together with Manchester City. But Ancelotti, I think, have coached AC Milan, they've coached Real Madrid, coached Chelsea, coached Everton, coached Bayern Munich as well, and now back again at Real Madrid. I think he's even coached PSG at some point. So he's a manager who have experience in this kind of competition. But he has won the Champions League at Real Madrid. Pep Guardiola, on the other hand, has won it with Bayern Munich. No, with Barcelona, and now he's winning it again with he has won it again with Manchester City last season. So these two managers, looking at their head-to-head, Carlo Ancelotti versus Pep Guardiola, they have met a total of 10 times. So Carlo Ancelotti versus Pep Guardiola, they've met a total of 10 times, with Pep Guardiola winning it 6 times and Ancelotti winning it 3 times, and they've drawn once. Goals scored in this between Guardiola and Carlo Ancelotti, the teams that they've represented of coached when meeting together, goals scored, that the teams managed by Guardiola have scored 22 goals, while teams managed by Carlo Ancelotti have scored a total of 14 goals. So up to now, we know that Guardiola has been getting the better out of Carlo Ancelotti. So the top scorers in these fixtures between Ancelotti versus Guardiola has been none other than Jesus, who is now with Arsenal from Manchester City. Also Karim Benzema, who was now from Real Madrid to Al Ittihad with 4 goals, and Kevin De Bruyne with 4 goals as well. I want to look at their past games. Manchester City are second in the Premier League with 70 points, just 1 point below or behind leaders Arsenal, who have 71 points with 7 games to go. On the other hand, Real Madrid are first in La Liga with 75 points, having played 31 games, I think, and they are 8 points ahead of their rival, that is Barcelona. The last game Real Madrid played was, I think, last week, and they won 2-0. Rodrigo scored a brace against Athletic Club, and it was a clean sheet for Real Madrid, who welcomed back their star defender, that is Eder Militao, who came back, returned from an injury, and I think he'll be fit enough to face Manchester City. On the other hand, Manchester City won comfortably 4-2 against Crystal Palace, and we saw how Kevin De Bruyne can impact the game positively. He scored his 100th Premier League goal for the citizens, and as a midfielder scoring 100 goals for your club, it is a great achievement. And we know that Kevin De Bruyne has been a good player since signing from Wolfsburg to Manchester City. I think he has been he's been consistent since signing from Wolfsburg. He's been consistent, and we know that he's been producing the best assists and best goals for Manchester City season in, season out, and he is undoubtedly one of the best midfielders who have ever graced or ever played the beautiful game that is the football. So Real Madrid are first in their league, Barcelona, rather Man City are third in their league, and they are hoping to win the Premier League 4 times in a row, while also winning back-to-back Champions League. There was some news that Real Madrid requested UEFA to allow them to cover their stadium so that the crowd or else the stadium ambience can be great and be supportive to their team. The players, they're playing at home and they want that home advantage to work in their favor. Going and playing away, facing like three-quarter of opponent fans is always something difficult and might be unbearable and can lead you to making mistakes. But while you're playing with three-quarter of fans supporting you, you always play with confidence and it acts like a motivation. So Real Madrid had a plea with UEFA to allow them to close their stadium so that that loud that ambience can be well maintained in the stadium. And according to the reports I have, I can say that the request has been accepted and they might be able or can be they are now able and can close their stadium. Remember, Bernabeu was renovated and it can be closed at the moment, and if the stadium will be closed, it will be a great match, and we will see Real Madrid versus Manchester City in a closed stadium, which will be will be beautiful in the Champions League quarterfinals between two great clubs. One bossing it in England and another bossing it in Spain. Wonderful coaches, Carlo Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, great players in Kevin De Bruyne, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, youngsters who are thriving in this kind of in their football careers. So it's a great game between Real Madrid and City, and all I can say is I wish all team the best in this game.